Hey everyone, this is Corey with Stafford ZDC, and today we're taking a look at the American Blade Works Model 1 button lock. This is a titanium handled button lock. This one in particular has the American camo carbon inlays. They also sell these with no inlays, Brittany blue, and electric blue camo carbon inlays. You're looking at magnacut, USA made, milled pocket clip, milled titanium scales. And of course, this version is a button lock, their other versions being liner locks. This is a 3D milled magnacut blade, so it's not hand ground or machine ground, but rather the mill removes the material, providing the grind for the blade. Much like the North Arm knives Skaha 2 used to be ground, now they no longer have the milling lines. You might be able to pick them if you get chosen for one, but I'm not positive about that. This, though, is the only option available on here. Something that you also see on the Grimsmo Knives Norseman. And the Rask might have this too, but I don't think the Rask does. But I feel like the Norseman had these mill lines as well. Regardless, there are a few knives out there that you might be familiar with seeing these mill lines on, opposed to your standard horizontal across the blade grind lines. Again, these are made in the United States. The blade is cryo-tempered and has a stone-washed finish. There is no note here about HRC, and there's no weight listed on the site either. All they have listed is that this knife has a 3 1/4 inch blade, and the closed length is 4.67 or 4 2/3 of an inch, which is plenty of room for large size hands. You can see all 4 of my fingers fit on here, and you can even choke up. You have some half-decent jimping here that leads up to the thumb studs, and it's kind of a ramp. You can see it's kind of pushed back on an angle, so it locks your thumb in pretty good. I don't find the jimping to be completely necessary, especially with the thumb studs there and that angle, but it is there, and it's not doing a whole lot, but it's fine. It's not obtrusive and doesn't bother me in the slightest, really. The camo carbon has that same milled texture to it, which you can probably see these lines going across it. You can even hear it, whether it's the titanium or the inlays. It provides a really nice texture in hand, and then the milled texture here on the back spacer provides just a little bit of extra grip in the back of the hand. Helps feel like it's nice and secure, not going anywhere. Looks like they stepped this sizing down on the blade, which makes sense to include more jimping. This is running on caged bearings, ceramic bearings to be exact, so the action is really nice and drop shut, nice and smooth. There is no blade play on this, and once you press the button enough, it swings freely. The detent is really good on this. It's nice and snappy. I have had no issues deploying this, and it makes a nice authoritative sound when it deploys as well. So a little bit reassuring to hear that nice thwack that you get from a titanium button lock. One comment that I have to make about this that I don't love is the pocket clip, especially with this grooved texture that they do. It's not fun to get this in and out of the pocket, especially if you have like tighter pants or pants that are thicker. That can be an issue too. I really don't ever wear any tight pants. I'm not a thin person whatsoever, so you'll not be catching me in skinny jeans or anything of the like. But especially in thicker pants, like certain types of like basketball shorts or in jeans even, I found this to be a little bit too tight. Kind of tough to get underneath that. Doesn't have too much tension on it, but the combination between the clip and this texture wasn't my favorite to get this out of the pocket. That's ultimately my only complaint with this. The milled blade gets fairly thin. I know it's really hard to show grinds off on camera, but hopefully you can tell at least that it goes from here, that full blade thickness of what I'm gonna guess is about 1/8 of an inch to quite a thin edge with that milling. See if I can give you like a little bit of a close-up here. Those mill lines come right down until you get to the sharpened edge So, pretty thin. Not like laser beam thin or anything like that, but it cuts very well. No issues there, and no complaints from me. Besides slapping the word magnacut on the side of the blade, they keep the billboarding to a minimum on this knife. You have the ABW pivot here, which you can see is not fully rounded, so that is locked in place. And then on the other side, your tooled pivot has made in the USA wrapped around the tooling there. You can make that out there, made in the USA. Nice clean hardware. Looking at T8s all around. So super simple to disassemble, and if you are left-handed, do not fret. You can switch the pocket clip and you can use this knife with your left hand, no problem. This is certainly not an issue for lefties. Some knives can be, of course. Specifically, even button locks can be a little bit unfriendly to lefties, but this does a pretty good job of working well in the left hand. Don't really have a whole lot else to say about it. I don't think I said the price yet. With the inlays, these are $349. A lot cheaper than some other USA made knives. More expensive than some as well, of course. So, when you are looking to purchase one of these, either look on the secondary market if you don't want to spend that. You can get it without inlays for $329 instead, or you can go somewhere entirely different. But if this one appeals to you, you should check out American Blade Works in general. They're doing a lot of good stuff over there. Sorry, I'm yawning. Pardon me. It is pretty late filming. I normally film during the day, but it's approaching midnight here, and I was up early for school, so just been a long day, so excuse me for that. But yeah, check out American Blade Works. They're doing a lot of good stuff. The made in the USA knives are great, especially seeing thumb stud knives is really good too, because they were just doing flipper knives. So nice to see them venture into something different, and I hope to see those kinds of trends continue from them. Let me know what you guys think down below. Curious to hear your thoughts between the design, the cost, and if there's a different direction you would go for USA made in that price range, or if you'd pay above that price range for something different instead. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.